our fish room here at our home. We have some surprising news for you today, and what we wanted to tell you is that we ordered a lot of fish. I mean a lot. By a lot, I mean 1,000 of this kind of fish. Now, this fish that we got is small, and the name of this fish is called a rosy red. Now, if you don't know what a rosy red is like a type of minnow. They get anywhere about 3 to 4 inches big. We actually have some in our aquarium right here, and I'll show you here in a second of what the rosy reds are. So we ordered 1,000 of these rosy reds for many reasons. One reason being is that we are building a predator pond right now. We are almost done with the build for this predator pond. Another thing is we actually have some of the smaller predator fish right now for that predator pond, which I will be showing you here in a second. Now, with these predator fish that we have, we're growing them out for the winter, and this summer we're hopefully going to be moving these predator fish when they're bigger out into the predator pond. Now, these rosy reds are going to be feeders for these predator fish, along with a variety of our other fish here, and maybe we can use them as bait when we go fishing. Whatever the reason, we got 1,000 of these fish. And where we're going to be putting them for right now is in our 500-gallon stock pond that's here in our fish room. And I'll show you the setup. So I'm just waiting for them to drop that box off outside, and I am ready to go to start acclimating them and get them into this stock pond. The sooner the better. There's 1,000. I don't know if they're going to be in multiple bags, if they're just going to be in one huge box. I don't know how they ship these guys. But either way, I need to be ready so I can save as many of them as I can. So let me go ahead and show you what they're going to be going in and show you some of our predator fish. I know this doesn't look like much, but you've seen this in our previous YouTube videos when we did a video of the fish room. This is the 500-gallon stock pond. Now, we only have it filled up to 300 gallons right now because we don't need that much water in this whatsoever. We have our DIY bucket filter right here. I actually went and cleaned the filter out. Did not do a water change because I did a water change a few weeks ago on this. And we do have some minnows. They're kind of hard to see with the lighting in here. But we do have some of our regular mosquito fish minnows that are in here. Not a lot, maybe probably about like 10 or so. But this is what we're going to be putting our 1,000 rosy reds in today. And this is what we're going to grow them out in, and you know, when we have the predators outside, you know, take a net, scoop some out, go feed them. But yeah, this is going to kind of be like our breeding slash live well for these rosy reds. We have a couple of ornaments and stuff in here, so that way they can go and hide, do whatever they, you know, want to do. But I'll start showing you guys some of our predator fish. Oh, but before I do that, I want to show you what a rosy red is. So up here in this 55-gallon aquarium, you see this white fish right here? Those white fish right there, those are what are called rosy reds. You can see they look very similar to a minnow, kind of like an albino minnow, but yet they're not albino. But yeah, we have about 6 of these in here, and you can see they get a decent size. Look, they already just ate. They're so picky. But yeah, those are the rosy reds. This is what we got 1,000 of coming in. I highly doubt 1,000 of them are going to be alive, but whatever isn't alive can get fed to the other fish, or we can, you know, freeze them and use them for bait over the time. Or we got our turtles, and our turtles absolutely love to eat fish, that we can give some of, you know, the deceased fish to our turtles to eat. But what we have in this aquarium, of course, none of the fish that are in here are going out into the predator pond. But as you can see, we got some big goldfish. We have rainbow sharks. We have plecostomus, or also known as plecos. We have blue crayfish in here. We have some neon tetras. We have some other sharks. Got platies. And There's a catfish in here. That's like one of my absolute favorite catfish. Now they don't get big. They get about 3 inches. And this apple snail right here is kind of blocking the one of the catfish that I can see. I don't see any of the other ones. They're hiding somewhere. But it's called a bumblebee catfish. This right here is a loach. He got so big. We got him when he was like this big, and now he's just, it's like 6 inches. He's huge. Really cool guy. I wish I knew they got that big and stuff. Otherwise, we would have got more. Hopefully, we'll get more in the future. But let me see if I can get around this apple snail here. You can see his fin. And this little rock right here, you'll see his little fin. But that's a bumblebee catfish. Their patterns are absolutely cute. I think they're adorable. And them not getting big is like one of the very few catfish in the world that do not get big. But yeah, they get about 3 inches. And we have 3 of them in here in this one. Now, let me show you. Up here in this 20-gallon long, we have 3 of the predator fish. I'm going to pause it real quick and get on my step stool because I'm too short. There we go. And actually, you can see right here, one of them's popping right out. Maybe I'll have to turn the flash on the camera. But right there, staring right at you underneath this little house, is a hybrid catfish. And now what this hybrid catfish is, it is a red tail and a tiger shovel nose catfish mixed together. So the shovel nose is part of the flathead. Now when they get bigger, they'll have a little bit of red at the end of their tail back there and the white bottom for the red tail part. But we have 3 of them. Oh look, here's one in this rock. Oh, I need to try to see. You know what guys, hang on a second. I'm gonna try the light on this and see if it'll work better with the light. Okay, now I got the light on. Let's see if I can put it against the... There we go, that's a lot better. So that right there is what is going to be one of the predator fish that hopefully this coming summer will go out into the predator pond that me and my husband are building. Oh no, don't go and hide. But anyways, that is a hybrid catfish. That is a tiger shovel nose catfish. And we have 3 of them in this tank. Here's one over here in this rock. Oh no. Okay, if you see his back end a little bit. Ah, I'm so sorry, I'm being so bad today. Well, there's his tail at least. As they get older, that'll get a little bit more red for like your red tail catfish. And we have a 3rd one in here somewhere. I seen them all in the store. There's 3 of them all together. And I decided to buy every single one they are because we always had such a hard time trying to get a hold of, you know, these hybrids. Now the next thing that we really want is to get a red tail catfish. Now if you've been subscribed to our YouTube channel since the beginning, you'll see that we used to have a red tail catfish. And that red tail catfish was amazing. It was an awesome catfish. But what ended up happening is that when we had it out in the pond, and this time last year, when it started to get really cold outside, our heater that we had out in the pond had failed, and therefore the catfish got too cold out in the pond. And sadly, the next day we found it, and it was not moving at the bottom of the pond. It was a gorgeous red tail catfish. Now, that is another predator fish that we would like, oh, here he comes, that we would like to get for our pond. Now, we have these 3 hybrids in here. I have another hybrid of one of these that is in our 55-gallon tank. And he's actually a lot bigger than these guys. There's a reason why these guys here are separate from this one over here, because this one could eat them. So we have him here and this bigger one. But let's see if I can I get him? Well, you can see his whiskers there. Maybe if I turn the flash off, you'll see him better. Hang on a second. Okay, so I turned the flash off. It's kind of crappy. I cleaned the glass and stuff, so it's a little bit dirty in the water. Maybe once it gets a little clearer, I can do a better video for you guys. But as you can see, he's already like 6 inches big, and the other little guys in that, in the 20 gallon long, sorry. The 20 gallon long is maybe just about 3 inches. We've had them for about 2 weeks now, and they're getting really big. And what those little ones eat are bloodworms. This bigger one here likes to eat the live little ghost shrimp. It also eats the shrimp pellets and, bloodworms. And that's what those little catfish, the little hybrids are on right now, are frozen bloodworms, because they're so small. That's about the only thing they can eat right now until they get a little bit bigger. And we have another predator fish in here that I had bought for my husband as a surprise for our anniversary. And he is right here in this tube. If you guys have no clue about your fish, that's okay. This right here is a clown knife fish. These things get huge. Along with all the predator fish that I'm showing you right now, they get huge. I can't wait for us to finish our predator pond for you guys so you guys can see how massive our pond is, so that all these guys will have plenty of space and be able to live in perfect harmony. But that right there is a clown knife fish. Now he is about the same size as this tiger shovel nose. He is around 6 inches as well. So this clown knife can get up to close to 4 feet in length. Same thing with your tiger shovel nose hybrids and even your red tail catfish. They get anywhere about 3 to 4 feet in length from tip of the tail to the tip of their nose. They get huge. And the other predator fish we have here, these right here are called iridescent sharks. These are another fish. They look small. They kind of look like a type of I think they are a type of a catfish here. But they look small, and you wouldn't expect these things to get big, but these things also get huge. They get around 3 feet in length. Now what we're trying to get of these are your regular ones. We want to get the albino ones, which is proving to be a struggle on trying to get the albino ones right now. But that's okay, we got plenty of time, and you know, that's what this fish room is for, really, is a grow out room for the ponds that are outside. Like a lot of these goldfish and stuff that we have in here, once they get too big for in here, yeah, they're gonna go outside in the pond. And we plan on doing a lot more ponds here in the future. And this right here, this is an albino rainbow shark. Love it. And these guys get pretty big. We have out in the koi pond right now, we have this kind, this rainbow shark. That's out in the koi pond right now, and he's close to 7 inches big. He's huge. Did not know that they got that big. But yeah, it's all coming along. I wanted to show you guys, like I said, these are the rosy reds that we're getting in today, 1,000 of them. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the fish room and some of the exciting predator fish that we're going to be having going outside in the ponds and what the rosy reds will be used for. One of these days we'll show you a feeding on all the on all the predator fish, and I'll be picking the camera back up when the shipment of our rosy reds get in here, so I can show you our acclimation process and what we're going to do with some of the dead ones. So stay tuned, guys.